The point about people coming into the country, I've been asked about this a lot. And the thing is that if this virus becomes established around the world, then there is no way of stopping it getting to Britain eventually. So the decision that we had was, do you try to shut ourselves off as a nation and delay it? And if it does go pandemic in the rest of the world, it is inevitable that it would come here. Or do you try to keep as much normal life as possible and tackle it by finding those who do come into the country and are then symptomatic? So you rightly got a leaflet saying that if you got a symptom, you should call 111. And if you'd got a symptom, no doubt you would have called 111. And lots of people did, and that's how we found many of the cases. There was one country in Europe that chose to stop the flights, and that was Italy. And they became the European epicenter of this epidemic. And in a way, that really demonstrated to me how we must follow the science. You know, there are pressures on me to do things that people that feel intuitively that they're right. And I totally understand where you're coming from on this. But we've got to follow the science and the epidemiology. And our Chief Medical Officer, I want to have a shout out to Chris Whitty, absolutely brilliant scientist. He is, and the voice of calm reason, he is one of the most experienced epidemiologists in the world. And he said to me, look, if we stop the flights, with all the consequences that brings, it would only delay the arrival of this disease here by a matter of days, but it would also make it much harder for us to get the medicines into this country that we need, because many of them are produced abroad.
And what about checking people's temperature at the airport, that kind of thing?
Checking the temperature doesn't have an effect, and the reason is you get loads of false positives. You get lots of people who have a temperature and it's not for coronavirus, and so you end up spending huge amounts of resources and not spotting the people. And the Americans tried checking temperatures. It may have reassured people. It has had no impact on the spread of the virus there, and the Italians also did the temperature checking. So